show her around, sort of like a Beverly.
So here we are. You know, I think, first of all, we came off, this is coming off of our biggest, baddest, dramatic.
That was pretty bad.
Now that's the understatement of the decade. All right, now that we've already established that Trisha Paytas can't stop, won't stop, we have to go all the way back and really look into what was really going on after she stormed out of Frenemies.
Yesterday we posted a Frenemies episode. You know, it was where we had a big blowout and Trisha's walked and stormed out crying. And, you know, it sucks because, like, the episode before was great, and we were simply coming back to do a second episode because we didn't get to do the beauty products. And somehow it just totally melted down. And so, I honestly, I don't know. I mean, after she ran out, I immediately texted her and apologized. I said, I'm sorry that you're so upset. I don't know what to do when you get into, like, I don't know, is it disassociative phase or whatever, where she says she blacks out and then she, like, lashes out and stuff. So I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to react when you get in that way. And she said, and then she sent me, like, a few hours passed, and she sent me this really big, beautiful apology saying that, you know, she's sorry. She said stuff she doesn't mean. She loves us in the podcast, and she just is, you know, she goes into this thing, and she loses control, yada, yada.
So here's the thing. Trisha stormed out. Ethan sent a text apologizing. Trisha accepted the apology.
And so we had a really nice conversation, and I said, you know, we're team. I said, look, all is forgiven. It's all water under the bridge for me. Like, I don't take anything you say in those kind of stages personally, because I know that you, like, don't have control over it or you regret it immediately. So I said, look, it's all water under the bridge. I'm Team Trisha all the way. Like, you know, I'm in this. And she was like, thank you so much. And then you talked to her too, right?
Yeah, Ethan called me and he was like, shit hit the fan.
Yeah, I immediately called Hila afterwards.
Come watch the episode. So I watched it, and
now this is just to show you guys that the Frenemies podcast was Ethan's baby, so to speak. At this point, Hila was becoming really busy with Teddy Fresh. And so she spent less time on the podcast, so she couldn't be babysitting Ethan and Trisha. They ran their own show, and what would happen is, after the episode taped, Hila would watch it over just to see, you know, what it was like before it aired. And I'm sure there were some times where maybe she's so busy she doesn't have the time to watch a 1-hour podcast. And so maybe she's watching it after it aired too. And I think it's the certain times where maybe she saw it before it aired and heard certain things about her mom and her family that she wanted it cut. And then other times where you see that a lot of those things went through is because she didn't have enough time to look over it and just to kind of see what was going on. She found out about certain things the same time we did.
I just felt like it definitely, like, blew so out of proportion it kind of felt like over nothing, because I was getting frustrated with a few different things, and I don't know. I just, at some point I told Ethan, like, it's so annoying to me when she says stuff like, oh, you guys are so unwelcoming and things like that, because I felt like it's so far from the truth. And
Well,
when I saw,
she said, and I just want to make this clear. This is the kind of things that she says that always cause problem. Even in that moment, she said, Moses doesn't even like you guys or his family, so who cares?
yeah,
And I was like, and I said, that's why Hila doesn't want you talking about
yeah.
her family or her.
But when you guys talked about it, she said, "Well, why didn't she just tell me directly?" And so when she said that, I really agreed with that. I was like, yeah, I have her phone number. I should have just messaged her directly.
And remember, we all figured out, no. The same way Hila, you had her number, it's the same way Trisha, you had Hila's number. But I still commend Hila for just wanting to resolve a family situation, and she knows that Trisha is important to Moses, and she saw that Trisha was upset. But once she did realize it was a problem, she did the adult thing and picked up the phone and called Trisha. You see why I'm siding with Hila on this part? Because all Hila knew is that she had a problem with Moses. So she was talking to Moses about the problem. Hila never had a problem with Trisha. But if Trisha has a problem with Hila, Trisha, you pick up the phone and call Hila. Just want to make that clear. That's the difference.
You know, I should have just messaged her directly instead of putting you in between.
And I liked what Hila said right there. You know what? Yeah, I should have just talked to Trisha and not put you, Ethan, into the middle of it. Hila, she just has sense, just normal common sense where we all do things, right? And we think we're right in what we're doing. But when you're like aware that, you know what, maybe I did something wrong in this instance. And yeah, she shouldn't have had Ethan to play middleman in between what was going on. I'm not mad at people for making mistakes or doing things they thought was right and then they realize it's wrong. You know what I mean? That's human.
So after the podcast, after I watched it, I felt really bad about seeing her like that because I didn't take personally the stuff that she said.
Mm-hmm.
I know she doesn't mean it. Like when she was talking about our parenting, I know she doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
That's nice of you, Hila. It's not only that you know she doesn't mean it, it's that it was coming from Trisha Paytas. All right, that's why. Because there's no way that Trisha could talk badly about Hila and Ethan's parenting and have them take her seriously. Oh, Trisha saying I'm a bad parent?
Huh? What? Oh. Okay.
That's your reaction. It's like, okay, what's for dinner? You know what I mean? It just has no effect.
So I messaged her and I was like, "You're right. I should have just talked to you directly." And she responded with a really long message and she apologized for everything. And I felt like pretty good after that apology.
You know how some people are like, oh, I'm so sorry, but they're not really telling you what they're sorry for? So even though I'm sure whatever Trisha sent her, like, I'm glad it made Hila feel good because it kind of resolved everything. But I'm sure if you were to read through that apology that Trisha sent, there would be red flags all over the place.
But I don't know. Then today she posted this video and I just kind of feel like I just can't take any word. Like, I'm used to taking things as they are. If someone says something to me, then that's what they mean in my head. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm used to. But I feel like ever since this whole thing with Trisha and my brother being involved, it's just like I just can't handle. I can't handle it. And it's like...
You see why I compared it to the movie Gaslight a couple of videos ago? Is because they're saying one thing and doing another thing. And Hila's at the point where she doesn't know what's right and what's wrong. She's just so confused with what's going on because they're saying one thing and doing another thing. There's no solid ground for you to stand on because it's just quicksand. And again, Hila, you're too real. Let me tell you something. What Trisha wrote to you, that apology, however it was, that was real. All right? That was real. But this is what you guys did wrong, Hila and Ethan. Trisha stormed out of there, right? She stormed out. That storm out brought her attention. And Ethan, you had the nerve to text her an apology ASAP before she could press record on her camera. And not only that, Hila, you had the gall to call her and apologize as well before she could take up the clothes on her couch and sit down and record, before she could do her meltdown video. Remember, she already explained December, when this all was going down, is CPM month, the highest in ad revenue that she can get.
Alrighty. Frenemies, second ep of the week. because we were chatting it up too much in the first one.
And it's higher CPMs in December.
Say what?
It's higher CPMs this month.
Oh, higher
We do
CPMs?
Old episodes. That's why people do Vlogmas, right? 'Cause
Oh,
we wanna
Vlogmas.
rack up the. Should we do Vlogmas here just every day?
Yeah, I mean, they say they'll watch anything. You guys want to watch us eat cereal or whatever, but we'll make money here.
And remember, Ethan, she was complaining about her getting that 45% and not getting that 5%. And even though CPM was high and you guys were doing frenemies, she was only getting 45%. And you guys were getting, what, 1 million views? She was driving home after she stormed out thinking, oh my goodness, let me go home, record a video, and I'm going to get that 1 million views on my channel, and I get 100% of the profits. I'm not splitting anything with you, Ethan. Let me capitalize on my channel off this drama that I created, and everything's gonna be good. But you guys didn't give her that time. You guys apologized too fast. So this is me, my imagination. So then it's like, well, what is she gonna do now? You guys already apologized. How is she gonna capitalize on storming out so that she could get paid her 100% on her own channel? And so she did differently. She made a video, and the video couldn't be her telling off Ethan and Hila because they apologized. So she did another video, and I did not click on this video because she was dressed as Chucky. I don't mess with Chucky. Nope. Scarred as a child, I do not mess with Chucky. No dolls that are gonna wake up and kill me. Nope. When I scrolled through, I saw her dressed as Chucky. I was like, I'm not clicking on that. I am not clicking on that. I don't care what she has to say. Not clicking on. Trisha, you might have gotten 1 million views for that video, but you could have got 1,000,001 if you weren't dressed as Chucky.
She apologized to me really nicely, but then in the video, it doesn't sound like she's that apologetic. Like
No.
I expected it to just be kind of more apologetic.
And now here's where things started to get messy. Hila and Ethan did not watch the Chucky video. And I don't blame you guys. I'm sure it was subconscious childhood memories of Chucky, like you didn't want to click on the video. I don't blame you. They didn't have time to go watch some 30, 45-minute Trisha on the floor, Chucky doll mashup. They didn't have the time for that.
So I don't know. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, it's hard because I think what's frustrating is you get the sense it's like they both tell us one thing and then they tell each other another thing, and it's like this constant yo-yoing, and it's maddening. And
That's what makes something like a gaslight. It's not like simple lies going here and there and da-da-da-da-da. And I think Trisha and Moses were doing it on purpose. More so, I think, at this time, I would say Moses. So we're going to get into Trisha in a sec.
And I don't think you're unreasonable for wanting to get a couple weeks off.
Yeah.
It's you don't have to call her immediately to resolve it. It's you have
because
the
it was
right
coming it was becoming a lot because she's involved with my family too now, being with my brother.
Yeah.
And so it's a weird mix of everything. And every time, like Ethan said, she will throw in weird comments like, hey, he doesn't even like you guys, or you guys never call him, you don't even care about him.
Close. You don't know anything about him.
You see that? You guys never call him. You guys aren't close. We're going to get into that.
And to me, that's not true. And when I brought that up to my brother, he says, she just says stuff for the show.
And we all know, we've all seen Moses do that. We already saw on camera Moses saying that was Trisha. That's all Trisha. He never said any of that.
But it's I don't know, if someone repeats something so many times, it becomes true to me. You know?
It's hard because your brother, he
denies everything.
Deflects everything. He says she's just saying it for the show. She doesn't mean it. But so she knows it bothers you, and that it's disruptive to your family. But so she keeps saying it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what's entertaining or what's the entertainment value of that. It's it's not good. It's not. But to me, it seems like the only sane way you can interpret that is that they talk about it, and that's what they talk about, and she means it.
Bingo, Ethan, bingo. And remember in the future when Ethan has that disagreement with Trisha's sister?
He takes that 5%.
And Ethan made a comment at one point where he's like, if Trisha's sister is saying stuff about me, what that means is in their private discussions, Trisha's families, they're talking badly about him. That's how he equated that. Why is Trisha's sister coming up with all these things about me that I've never heard Trisha say about me with the Disney tickets? Oh, they must be talking in their inner circle, and this is how they really feel about me. And Ethan, you're right about that. Same way with this situation. If it keeps on coming out behind closed doors, yeah, this is how they're talking about you.
Right.
because she keeps saying it. And when we talk to her, she goes, "No, that's true." You know.
It's a lot.
And so anyway, we had this big blowout because I said, she brought up something about Hila, and I said we can't talk about Hila because Hila doesn't want us to talk about her, and so she blew up. But
It's not from this place of like, oh, I'm better than her, and I don't want anyone talking about me. It's just not that.
Right, it wasn't that. Trisha had to make it sound horrible because what you said, Hila, wasn't bad. So Trisha had to hype it up more by adding like, who does Hila think she is?
It's just a lot right now because
Dude.
she's involved with my brother.
Yes.
And things have kind of hit a fan. Like me and my brother had a little argument, and so
Whatever was going on resulted in her and her brother having an argument.
things weren't really going well, and I wanted a break from you guys talking about it on the podcast because every time it fuels everything even more.
Yeah.
Every time you guys talk about it, things get worse.
I agree, and I totally understood where you're coming from. That's why, excuse me. I think it's the fact that like she's dating your brother, so she needs to like she can't confuse privacy, a need for privacy, some measure of privacy, with like being fake.
It's not fake, and I think we are about as open as it gets on the internet. Like, we share everything. We talk about everything, but sometimes I just need like maybe 2 weeks to process what's happening, you know? I'm just not ready right now.
Trisha likes to drop bombs on, you guys aren't real, you guys aren't open, you guys are fake, and I'm real, I'm open, so you're bad and I'm good. When being real and fake has nothing to do with one being bad and one being good. There could be a good reason for not being as open. Whereas somebody would call that fake, another person would say, no, I have boundaries and I'm not going to tell everybody everything. Because really in real life, do you tell everybody everything? No, you don't. And the people even in real life that tell everybody everything, most people are looking at them like, you're not going to keep anything private? But Trisha likes to lop that on them, that they're not open and they're not real. And so they take it as an attack because it's meant as an attack, you know, like, oh no, now everybody thinks that we're hiding stuff from them. No, I understand, Hila, if you don't want to tell the world that you and your brother are arguing behind the scenes. But look, now she's bringing it up because now it's relevant, I guess, to the topic because it is out there now. And look, she's bringing it up and she's saying it's not going well. My family is really being hurt by this.
Like, I just had an argument with my brother. I'm not ready to talk about it right now online, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm hiding something. If someone asked me, I wouldn't say, oh, I didn't argue with him, you know? It's not fake.
But
Yo, Trisha, Hila doesn't want to tell us what the argument was about. Can you tell us?
but you guys have to understand, the argument isn't over Trisha.
Everybody knows the argument's not over Trisha, but Trisha. Everybody knows it's about Hila and Moses. Trisha is just inserting herself. She just is like, look at me, look at me. And it's like, no, I'm arguing with my brother right now. No, but look at me, look at me. You have nothing to do with this, Trisha. No, but look at me, look at me.
That's what she thinks, is like you're trying to break them up. The argument is over, why is Trisha saying these things that she says you told him, and then you're denying it, but she's saying it's true, and she keeps saying it and saying it and saying it, and then you're always saying, oh, she's just saying it for the show. It's like, well, that's fucking not true.
Or if she is just saying it for the show, why are you okay with it?
Right.
You know?
Boom. Trisha, your storyline with your family is that you guys are one big happy family. Why can't Hila have that storyline too? You go do the tragic family storyline, like you and your sister and your mom all hate each other and you're warring. You do that storyline and let Hila do the, hey, my family is peaceful, we are chill, we are just roasting marshmallows. I don't know why I said that. So, Trisha, you run that storyline with your family and drag them from here until eternity. And you know what? I will sit down and I will watch that.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not funny.
Ethan, you know what you said right now. You know that's funny, right? If you know, you know.
And it's not a joke and it's not entertaining to always say.
What kind of sparked the whole big argument is that on the last episode with the goat yoga, at the end of it, she said something like about them getting married, and she said something like, "Oh, his mom is not even invited."
Yeah.
And that really pissed me off, and I told Ethan, "You gotta cut that."
Remember I told you guys that? Remember we slowed down all of that on the goat yoga episode where she had the blue hair and stuff? So Hila's telling us all now, yeah, she happened to see that episode before it aired. She took her glue and her scissors and she cut and paste. She just cut and paste all up and down that episode. And she said, yeah, I did it. And I didn't ask for your permission. I just did it. I just did it. And remember, Miss Trisha, 45%, because I'm not going to call you 5%, Trisha, because that's Kylie's soundbite.
He takes that 5%.
Your soundbite didn't cut it. So you're 45%. You're not going to take that iconic phrase. It does not belong to you, even though you're the one who said it first. No, it belongs to your sister. You're 45%, the one that nobody cares about. So she's like, how am I 45% and Hila is cutting and pasting all up on my show? That's what's bothering Trisha.
And here, I'm saying it here. I'm not hiding anything. That's what happened. That, for me, that crossed the line.
Yo, Hila, you don't even know how hardcore you are right now. Frenemies is not even your show, so to speak. You know what I mean when I say, you know what I mean? And you're like, all right, I got veto power. Hila, you're a joker talking about cut it. Cut it.
And I got upset at my brother, not at her. And that's everything. I'm telling everything right now. So no one can say I'm hiding anything. That's it.
I have a lot of empathy. It's your family, you know what I mean? And somehow she's gotten her wrench. She's in there with the, you know, I have to give it up to Trisha. She has this uncanny, she is a one of a kind. How she has like this ability to like.
And it hurts me because I'm such a fan of the show.
Yeah.
When it's not drama related. It's like my favorite show.
I know a lot of people.
Because I'm not involved in the recording, and I get to enjoy it just as a viewer, you know. I just watch it when it's done, and I have no idea what you guys talked about, and it's really entertaining. But I'm starting to wonder, you know, at what cost, because this is a bit much.
Right, at what cost? And that's the thing, is I never thought that there would be a cost so high.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can handle her shenanigans, you know. Like when she was having a meltdown, I was trying to stay calm, and I wasn't taking the things that she was saying personally. There was a moment at the end where she started calling you the C word, and she was, well, it was that, plus it was like, I could tell that she was really getting emotional. She started crying, and like, she was boiling over. So I told her, because she said, I'm going to leave. And I said, I think it's a good idea for you to leave, and we'll talk later. It wasn't like, bye, fuck you forever. I said, you should go.
It wasn't going anywhere good.
No,
so
it was only going worse.
You were right to say that.
So I said, why don't you go? We'll talk later. When, you know, because like, I feel like you need to calm down a little bit and let things settle, and then we can work it out.
Trisha took it that way because she has this thing where every time she argues with people, there is always a point where it's a breaking point where people are like, that's it, I want nothing to do with you. She didn't mean whatever she was saying. She was just very mad. She has an anger problem, but we'll get into that.
But this insinuation that we're toxic to her, or that we don't communicate with her, or that we poke her trying to do, you know, get her, it's just not true. I don't know what's your evidence of that. Like, I mean, I just don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I'd like to find an example. I mean, I don't know. It just was like, AB, you watched the video. I mean, it's 15 minutes long. It went up this morning, so I haven't had time to watch it. So it's not like I'm above. Oh, I meant 50 minutes long. Whatever I said. AB, like, what was the thrust of this video?
You see, this is your fault here, Ethan. This was your fault. You saw that look on AB's face and you took him serious. That was your mistake right there, because you cannot tell me that this is not a face of a high schooler that didn't do his homework and he got called to the front of the class and started to just bluff his way through the answer. You cannot tell me that that's not a look of that kid, that AB right there.
It was back and forth a lot. You know, she did feel bad.
Why are you trusting anything that came out this guy's mouth? Ethan, what? Look at his face. Ethan, look at his face. He didn't do his homework assignment.
But she did say that, she made it seem like you poke at her on purpose to get a reaction. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It went back and forth a lot. But she did kind of make it seem like you were provoking it on purpose.
He's not even making sense, Ethan. Why are you listening to him? Whatever he's saying, look at his face. That was your mistake right there. And AB, let me tell you this, because I told you, number one, when you sat down beside Ethan on the show titled Frenemies, that was your first strike as far as Trisha was concerned. This right here, this thing right here, you not getting your homework assignment completed, like not even like fully paying attention to Trisha's long video, that was your second strike as far as Trisha was concerned. We are going to get to his third strike eventually. But let's continue.
Can I just clarify something real quick from my own conscience? Because I seen some of the comments saying at the end when I sat next to Ethan and I said, I've been waiting for this moment, I was just playing off the simp mean. I meant like sitting next to Ethan. I didn't mean waiting for her to quit.
It was fine.
She's
It was
been
fine.
Yeah, it
nothing
was
but
fine.
nice to
I
me
didn't
personally.
think anything of it.
Hey guys, what's up? So it's Friday morning, so it's
I don't know. But so that's everything, right? I don't know what else to say. Okay, now I had all this stuff planned, but I think we have to watch Trisha's new video live.
God.
Oh, that's probably not a great idea.
Why?
Well, AB watched
Well,
it,
have
right?
we vetted it?
It's 17 minutes. I'm 5 minutes in right now.
Let's watch it. Come
How's
on,
it going?
fuck it. I don't think
Fuck you,
it's.
Dan.
I feel like it's meant to be watched right now. That's the
Yeah.
intent.
This was the real video that she wanted to release. This was the video you guys didn't give her enough time to produce after she stormed out of the house.
Okay.
Like, come on.
okay.
This is
I'm
way too
watching you
good.
live right
Okay, so the title is So Done with H3 and Their Hypocrisy and Lies. Oh, brother. I feel like we were really fair. What did
I
we
know.
say? Like, we were literally just
that's-
saying exactly what happened. That's it. Let me read her text because she sent me a bunch. So I think that will inform.
So they're live on air, and not only did she release a video, she was texting Ethan a bunch of stuff. She knows the guy's at work. You know, you're at work and maybe you had an argument or whatever, but okay, you're at work now, and what they're calling you while you're at work to just continue the argument. It's like, can you at least wait until my lunch break?
Inform what happened. She said, well, I'm not going to read her text out of respect for her, but I think she just.
What triggered her, in her defense, I'm guessing, is the chat.
Did you see the title? Did you see the title?
Oh, I wasn't reading the chat.
That.
She
The chat
says.
was really pro Hila.
So, can you not hang out? Huh? She says she's always trying to hang out outside the podcast. That's not true. She says she quits. I'm making a video.
See? So she texted him saying she quit. She's going to make a video because she has to rile it up, right? She wants to make her 100%. She's not satisfied with the 45%. It is highest ad month on YouTube. She wants those million views that they were getting for Frenemies. She wants those million views on her channel. And she gave Ethan a warning. Ethan, it was a warning to say, yo, let's play. Because remember.
Aw.
Well, I hope that.
Should we be friends in real life?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I've always been. I've always considered our jousting as friendly.
Okay.
And I've always figured you probably think of. I mean, especially recently.
Yeah.
When you make a video and I make a video, then it's fun. And I always get excited when you respond. I'm like, yeah, baby, another podcast.
But now it's over. Now we're friends, and now I
Yeah, it's
like
over.
you, and
The
now
slog
it's
is over.
over. If
But-
you talk about me,
You guys did it before. You guys were kindred spirits. You see how they were talking to each other. They loved the trolling back and forth. It was fun for them. That text to Ethan, yeah. She said she quit, whatever. But Ethan, you didn't know it was Trisha with pigtails ringing your doorbell saying, hi, Miss Donna. Can Ethan come out to play today? That's what she was doing. She was like, yo, let's play. Let's get these views. Yo, you're my troll buddy. Let's get these views. Ethan, let's go. That's what that text was. That was her warning to you. Obviously, that's not, she said, I quit, da, da, da. She is not quitting nothing. She wants, you know what? She could have just sat down Ethan and said, yo, Ethan, this is what we're going to do. Like, this is what I want to do. This is how I run my stuff. Like, this is how I get my numbers up, my AdSense up. This is what I do. Like, yo, she could have clued you in onto game, but this is the thing. You guys couldn't do that. It wouldn't work because she's afraid of getting exposed. Because all you had to do, Ethan, is one day say, yo, me and Trisha, after another blow up, you could have said, oh yeah, me and Trisha, we sat down one day and she told me all about her trolling ways and how she does this to get videos and how she wanted me to do this so we can troll and da 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 da. Ethan would have just gave up the game, but Ethan have always said, when he fights with somebody, it's for real. He don't fight for play.
Girl have beef with me, she gonna have beef with me forever.
No, Ethan said, when I fight for real. And when I say fight, I mean drama-related YouTube stuff. He goes, he never fakes drama. If he don't like you, it's because he don't like you.
Whatever. Let's watch.
Right now, H3, and honestly,
Here we go. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, let's go.
Buckle in, boys. This might be the end of Frenemies. Right before our eyes.
honestly, I'm done. I'm honestly done with Frenemies. Yeah, we were supposed to try and do this Dr. Drew episode next week or whatever, but
Promotion? You guys didn't see how she just promoted the show for next week?
I'm seriously freaking done. My security guard's behind me right now. Sorry, he just came in, but I'm so freaking done with them because honestly, they didn't even watch the full video of what I put out.
Yeah, again, they didn't watch the video because they have work to do. They were going on live. They have no time to sit down and watch the video, but it kind of gets funny, so let's see it.
And I am so fucking sick of Hila being so fucking mightier, holier than thou. I deserve to not be talked about and all this shit like that.
See, that bothers Hila right there, because that's so not what she is, but Trisha's painting her that way, So if anything, Hila was irked.
So did we at the beginning of our relationship. So did we at the beginning of when me and Moses started dating. They talked.
Wait, this is just not a good comparison. They were on the dating show.
I know. This is so not the same.
Doesn't matter. It's her narrative.
Like, maybe I leaked something that they didn't think I should have, but like, on a personal level, she's dating our brother. We want to know what's going on.
It all started from him telling us he was gonna apply just for the show. It all started like that.
He was in on it.
I feel like
exactly.
I feel like both of them are kind of rewriting history now that they're together.
Yeah.
They have this romantic idea of how it all started.
Moses
and that's
was
not what happened.
Moses was like, I'm going to apply for the show to be interesting.
And we were the one. He was actually asking us what should I say? You want me to be funny? You want this? And we were like, just do your thing. Just be yourself. I remember it very vividly.
But
so no wonder we talked about it. It was meant for the show.
Dude, the comparison is ridiculous. Like I once they said we decided not to talk about it anymore, and that was good. I didn't want to.
You guys don't know that they're bothering you on purpose? You're doing a show, Bachelor. They both volunteered to be on the show. They both had you all involved in what they're going to do on the show. And then after, when you guys start asking them questions, they're like, how dare you ask us a question about our relationship? You didn't know that they're bothering you on purpose, you guys? You don't know. Hila, Ethan, they are doing this purposely to you. Isn't that funny? You guys don't see the joke in that?
But now all we asked of her was not to talk about Moses' family. Just stop sharing private details about what Moses is telling you about his family because it's hurting people. Like, that's it.
People are saying it's buffering for them.
Yeah, I think our internet was having a little bit of a rocky ride for a second. It seems to have stabilized. Yeah, it's not flashing anymore.
Is everyone saying in the chat that it's all good?
I guess I don't know. I guess
it's a little delayed, but I think we're okay. It's not. It was
so much relentlessly about me, and she's like, "What's the joke? What's the joke about my family not being invited? It's a fucking joke."
No, it's not. Oh my God!
Come on.
How is it a joke? I don't understand. How is saying Moses doesn't even like you guys anyway while you're angry a joke?
I don't know. That's funny to me. You guys, you don't understand that Trisha's doing A1 comedy right now, and you guys are just stopping her from being the comedic genius that she is? How dare you ask, where's the joke? The joke is right there. Your family's imploding.
How are you going to write that as a joke? And you keep saying it.
We're not engaged. We're not getting married. There's no wedding right now. It's a fucking joke. So to be like, what's...
Wait, you guys are definitely trying to get pregnant and you just bought a house together. So how is you guys getting married a joke? Like, what's the joke? What's the joke? I mean...
Joke. What's so funny about that? Hey, guess what? Fucking Ethan and Hila. That's what you guys signed up for. You guys wanted me on the show, and you guys used this to get views, and we got the million views, and whatever. And like, I'm fine with that.
No, you're not fine with that, because you keep on arguing with them that you want more money. You don't like that 45%. And look, you said that million views, and you're like, no. I'm gonna get my million views and get my 100%. You guys, this is what I'm gonna do.
Fine being exploited. I'm fine being
exploited.
You're not being exploited. I don't know. I feel like when she gets into this episodes, she doesn't even mean what she says.
That's kind of...
So I don't even know if I should even react, because obviously I didn't even respond to her comments about our parenting that she made.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go there if we really are going to take each other's
Dude,
words.
the top comment is so perfect. Trisha, you don't talk about your own brother because he doesn't want you to. And I respected that. I was like, okay, fine. So how come you can't give Hila that same respect?
And yeah, I never once heard like Ethan really mention her brother. I think maybe Trisha might have mentioned her brother at one point, and maybe Ethan said, "Oh, you're a brother. You have a brother. You're only child." You know, maybe they had that kind of conversation. We can all see now there was a boundary Trisha put up about her brother that Ethan respected. And even when they're poking at each other back and forth, I didn't see him once do some kind of expose on her brother or mention anything about the brother. But Trisha's mom and sister were on YouTube and were on social media, and he brought them up. So yeah, Trisha, why is it that you can have your brother off of everything, which is fine, which is good, but you couldn't be as courteous to him as he was to you about that topic? You had to keep on digging.
You know? But I feel like...
Yeah,
like
I mean, my mom does not want to be part of the internet and everything that we do in this way. And so, and Trisha knows that. My brother have told her that.
But did Moses actually say that to Trisha? Or did Moses tell you he said that to Trisha? Because he could tell you, yeah, I told Trisha, and then he told Trisha, oh, my mom doesn't care.
My mom asked that from the beginning. She just don't want to be a part of this stuff. She likes her privacy. She likes living a normal, regular life, and she doesn't want to become anything other than what she is used to. And so, I mean, she should be able to understand my request. This isn't me being high and mighty and snobby and I don't know whatever she's saying about me. It's not that at all. I share everything about myself. And I was going to be on Frenemies on the next episode. Like she was saying, like, I'm too good for the show. It's like I've told her that I'm personally a fan of this show. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's like there's just no winning.
With her, I think, like, and it's not her fault necessarily because I know she has this condition, which I totally have empathy for.
What condition does she have, really, that she does not understand the English language? Because that's the only condition where you telling her something and she's just doing what she wants to do. That's the only condition that would make sense. You tell me the condition that says these people do not respect no boundaries. That's their condition. They respect no boundaries. Please let me know what that is. Yeah, because I really want to know what she has.
But when you tell her something like, don't talk about my mom, this is off limits, then I think when she goes to that place, then she knows how to get to you. Because she's like, I'm not supposed to talk about this, so this is the thing I'm going after.
Thanks. Okay, Ethan, no, I take it back. Ethan is right. This is a real condition. Yeah, you know what? I forgot. Charlie Murphy already explained this to us.
And I ended up having to whip his ass, man, you know, because, you know, he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Yeah, she has the Rick James syndrome, aka a habitual line stepper. Okay, my bad. That is an actual condition.
And I'm not saying, I'm even going to give her a pass and say it's not her fault because of her condition, but I'm just saying that she still does it. And this claim that we exploit her, I don't understand. How is it exploiting? I pay you, I welcome you, I built this whole fucking set. Everything we do is consensual. I don't understand how you can claim that I exploit you. You literally always tell me that this show's the only reason you're relevant and it's the only reason you like YouTube and all this shit. We're so out front and honest with everything we do.
Like, poke fun of, but don't be like, what's the joke? It's not funny. Oh, I didn't know you guys are the fucking comedy gods that get to decide what's funny, what's a joke, what's inappropriate, what's entertaining.
Trisha, victim. That's your strong point, Trisha, being the victim. Trisha here popping off on people, that's not it. When I press play, like, look at how she's acting. I would not take this seriously. She can't even pop off on people properly. That's not your strong point, Trisha. People, you're unlikable. So when you act like that, you're just giving everybody the perfect reason to not like you more. Your brand only works when you're the victim. Anybody who's unlikable, if they're the victim of something, people would be like, I may not like her, but gee, I'm sorry that happened to her. Or I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. You see how people say that? Like, I wouldn't wish that on my... That's you, Trisha. Watch how she acts here. It's so cringe.
What is the joke? I mean, you're saying it's a joke, but what's the joke? I think that's a good question.
Ethan be like, this isn't entertaining. Well, clearly it fucking is, because it gets more fucking views on your channel than any other one of your shitty-ass podcasts.
See what she just did there? Talk about his channel not getting views. Remember what I said? She know that bothers him. Watch this. Watch this.
She always goes to that. She's always trying to, like...
I know.
Yeah.
You see how even Ethan knows? She always goes to that because she knows Ethan. She knows that bothers you. So she had to throw that in there. Just lob that in there. But again, look at how she's acting. She's acting so cringe, like she's so big and bad. Nobody's afraid of you, Trisha. Like, nobody is afraid of you.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's good content, but she thinks that hurts my feelings or something. But
Ethan, there's a reason why that's the go-to. She knows. I have the Ethan. That hurts your feeling. But yo, you have the last laugh, all right? Because your views are way up now. Like, she can't run those jokes anymore. She had to stop running those jokes after a while. So don't worry. You know, she may have won this battle, but you won the war in the end on that part. But come on, that hurt you. That hurt you, Ethan. Come on, it hurt you. See, you see how there was like that pause? Yo, I'm telling you, it cut deep. You know, the first cut is the deepest. Yeah, that cut deep.
It's entertaining. People like it. I mean, I'm fine with that. I like it too.
I'm so fucking sick of these people. I'm so fucking sick of it, and I'm so done. And I literally don't care. I literally don't care. Yes, we buried the hatchet. Yes, we said I'm sorry to each other. Yes, I was over it. But I was allowed to make a video in response to the comments I was getting. And if they actually fucking watched the video, they would get that.
Okay, so if you realize they didn't watch the video, what are you upset about? Or you could have, okay, the same way you sent him that text right now saying, I quit. You could have sent him the text saying, Ethan, you didn't get the gist of the video. Please watch it because I did not say anything bad about you. And please, I want you to watch the video because what you think I said, I did not say. And I see that you didn't watch it. So please watch it so that you can have an informed opinion on what you're saying. Or am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong.
Hey, Ethan and Hila, not everything is a personal attack against you. Their big thing that they were so offended with is that I pinned a comment on my video that I posted this morning. I pinned this comment. People keep praising Ethan/Hila, but to be honest, they're just as toxic as David and his gang was. They poke Trisha in ways that they know will get a rise out of her and don't fully communicate with her.
I don't get why she pinned that comment and she's mad they didn't like that comment. Now you're making me say like they're justified, even if they didn't watch the video.
That's our show. That's what we do. And that's what I do. But the minute I fucking poke or I say a joke that he doesn't find her...
Dude, it's not... She's not getting it.
But again, she goes with the same theory. Like, I do stuff, you do stuff to me, and it bothers me, but you still do it. But the minute I do something to you, I know that's her problem. But again, that was a Hila and Moses situation with their family off limits, like your brother is off limits. So now you can't really have one over on them because like they said, they weren't upset when you said anything about their parenting and whatever. That didn't bother them. Like the other stuff didn't bother them. Ethan let you go on with you're depicting him as being cheap and stingy. He lets you go on with that nonsense. But the minute they say something like, oh yeah, your brother's off limits, okay, Ethan will say my mother-in-law is off limits. And it's a big problem, right? No, at that point, you guys are on even footing at that point. So yeah, you going on, getting all hot and bothered like you're bad. Okay then, knuckle up.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. It's not entertaining. It's not getting a rise. You're fucking with their family. You're fucking with their family. That's not a joke. It's not entertaining. And it's not okay.
Entertaining or offensive.
It's totally just like her brother situation. My family did not sign up for this and they don't want to be a part of this. And she knows that.
Even Dr. Drew, when we had him on, said, you guys have to have boundaries.
Right.
And the boundary that we set is you gotta stop talking about Moses and Hila's family and Hila. Or about how Moses feels about Hila and all this shit. You gotta stop. She didn't respect that boundary. She immediately, fucking crushed it like the Kool-Aid man. You know what I mean?
Then he
Ethan, that was funny. Look at his face. Ethan, you know what you're doing there.
embarrasses me, then I'm the fucking crazy one. I cross the line. It's not funny. What, driving a wedge in our family is not funny. Driving a wedge in between our fucking relationship at the beginning is not funny either. I never once asked you guys to talk about my podcast. And
Did she just say, I never once asked you to talk about my podcast? Is that what she's... That did not make any sense. Like, what are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. How you guys take her seriously, I don't know. Like in this video.
Moses specifically asked you to have even stop talking about me. What did you say, Hila? What did you say to Moses? You said that's the joke. It's part of the show. He has fucking text messages. Moses doesn't have a voice in this. You guys have this platform, and you didn't even watch the fucking video. But they take this as a personal attack this time. Oh, me pinning a tweet.
I'm not following.
Yeah, I don't think we can watch it
I don't
anymore.
know that we should watch this.
Yeah.
And people in the chat are saying it just feels too bad.
I don't know what to say about it. It's like, okay, she did her video. We responded. I feel like we didn't really say anything bad about it. We were just kind of explaining what happened. Right? Right, Dan and AB? I mean, what did I do?
You talking about now or
right now?
Oh, right now. I think it was more of the chat. I feel like she felt more attacked by the chat.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
You guys probably should have watched her video.
Ooh, now there's Dan, the man with the voice of reason. You should have watched the video. Because that's the one thing Trisha got you on. You had an opinion, but you didn't watch the video. But again, they didn't really comment on the video because we went through it. They didn't really comment on the video. They were comment on the comment and about what happened before everything.
She actually had a point with that. We were commenting on a 45-minute long video that we didn't watch.
Oh, well, AB watched the whole thing.
Okay, but it's not about AB.
As in, AB didn't have a vested interest in what happened in the sense that it's not his family, right?
You got some bullet points on it, and there may have been some nuance. I don't know. I haven't watched the video either.
Trisha, nobody watched your Chucky video. And I'm telling you why. It's because you're dressed as Chucky.
But
I mean, I just saw the comment she pinned.
Well, but what set her off and what caused her to make this further video is we made a large commentary on a video that you didn't even watch, which I think to her, I think that was triggering to her.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
she said it in the beginning of the video.
Okay, Hila, this is why Dan is right in his assessment, because he's not saying that Trisha is right. Here's the thing. People, for the most part, human beings, we know what's right and wrong. So we do the right thing. And when we do the wrong thing is because we justify it in our mind and we turn that wrong thing into something right. Example, I know it's wrong to steal. And one day I walk into a store and I steal a loaf of bread. And if now I get caught and they say, why did you steal? Stealing is wrong. I would say, yeah, I know stealing is wrong, but I took the bread because I was hungry. So in my mind, I'm justifying doing something wrong by giving the reason of why I did it. And so in my mind, this wrong thing is now right. So what Dan is saying is that it's not that Trisha is right, but this is what justified her into making that video. You guys didn't watch her first video, so in her mind, she is now right to tell you guys off because you wronged her, and this is how she's justifying it. She's not doing something bad, she's doing something right. She's not yelling at you, she's standing up for herself. So yeah, Hila, you're going to say, oh no, because this and that, right? Because you're going to have your reasons for why you're doing what you're doing. And it's just you guys are justifying things in your own way. But like Dan, you have to look into how the other person is feeling. And you guys do that a lot with Trisha. And Trisha, yes, has to do that way more for you. But that's the issue Dan has, and it's a good issue. Even though you're talking, you didn't really specifically mention the video. You talked around it. You didn't even play the video. You know what I mean? So he's right in that assessment.
We talked about all the stuff that happened leading to this.
Yeah, I didn't address her video.
I
First of
didn't
all,
even
I didn't-
talk about the video.
Yeah, I said I didn't watch it. I just talked about the comments she pinned, and I was talking about everything leading up to our last episode of Frenemies.
Yeah, but you see how it didn't matter. You gave Trisha what she wanted because she wanted to do the 1 million view video in December for CPM so that she could get her 100% cut. You guys gave her the opening that you guys didn't allow her the night before or the same day or whatever, whenever she did that video. You guys didn't give her the ammo she needed until now. And now she's like, bam, even better. You guys made her do 2 videos. That's even better for her. For people like me who didn't watch the Chucky one, yeah, we're gonna watch this one.
But I'll watch the video. I'll watch the video. I mean, she posted it this morning. I didn't have time to watch it this morning. But I'll watch it afterwards. But, like, you know, I didn't talk about her video. Okay, should have watched her video.
Yo, it's how Trisha turned this around, though. That's just the thing. They're all sitting there like, yeah, we didn't watch the video. Sorry. Trisha, how did she do that? Where's her wand? Sorry. You're all like sitting there like, yeah, we should have watched the video.
Be the image you put out to the world attracts the wrong kind of guy.
I've heard that. Oh my God, this is like therapy now. All of a sudden. Oh my God, so deep. You are like a dad, even though you're only 34. You're like a 45-year-old dad. Oh yeah. I kind of like love you now. Actually, I'm sorry. You're not the worst. I actually. Oh my God, I kind of like love you. You make me want to cry. Like I honestly feel like crying.
But you thought about that before.
Well, because like you're asking me questions about me and my relationships. I mean, I'm like literally gonna cry.
Well, I'm curious why you hate straight men. I mean, there's clearly a reason. You know?
You're so sweet. I just like love you. I'm sorry. I'm being so.
I find it interesting that just some like basic interest in you as a person can react such an emotional response.
It's so weird. I'm so sorry. I'm like fucking on drugs. I'm sober. This is so nice. I like really love you. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.